see. Our second company is our exotic. Sorry, I'm tired. This came in from the post office a few minutes ago, dropping off packages. My second company is the Exotic Collection, and then we have our other company, which is going to be used for distributorship, which is the ambient light projection Black Edge. I'm asking sellers out there, what's the problem? What's the problem? We got a lot of people out there flapping their gums, upset, angry, mad. What's the problem? There shouldn't be any problems because, like I said before, if you are selling an honest product to the customer, then what I requested and what should have been requested a long time ago shouldn't be a problem. If this is upsetting you, this is ruffling your feathers at the end of the day, that you don't want customers, you want customers to buy from you. You want customers to trust in you, but you don't want to do tests. So what's the problem? What you so angry about? Especially you, Jamie. You're very, very upset because we got about 13 emails from you today. What's the problem? You want to get on camera and tell people that they can trust your product at the end of the day, but when it comes down to doing proper tests, what is the problem? I had even asked you guys to do the rest of the tests. You don't go anywhere near the testing we do on a daily basis. We're just asking you that you should test your products against other great household paints to see how close you match. And not only with that, even with the big companies, not just one person. If one person seems to be taking it so personally, then you must be doing the most. But of course, I can see why, because there are videos of you matching house paint. So I can see why. And you're a perfect example for anybody who's going to be upcoming in this business or anybody that's in this business what you do not want to do. You do not want to match house paint. Even more, you don't want to match house paint after you have sold this product to people. You don't want to match it. Because that means all the individuals who have that product that you just matched, you owe them money because you got on camera and hyped something up to be something that it's not, and you matched the product, and now you have to return money to those accounts or to figure out a way to make a better product and not match that stuff again and give them the product for free. But you're going to have to do something. And now for the rest of y'all that are upset over this comment, why are you upset for? If you're going to get on camera, you're going to talk a bunch of hoopla. At the end of the day, you got to be able to back it up. There's my test displays right there. Every demonstration we have done has test demonstrations. Every product we design has test demonstrations. I have to do tests because we can't make a specification sheet without tests. That means the entire specification sheet is going to be a lie. If I sit there and say that this black technology can pick up at 1,000 lumens, I have to show it can pick up at 1,000 lumens. This is the reason why I have so many projectors, because we have to test it on just about everything you could possibly think of. This is why we have demonstrations that are not in the same environment every single day, because we can go here, we can go there, we can do ceilings, we can do floors. That's why I was doing all those testing when I was when I was at the place, because I said I'm going to utilize this place as much as possible. When we come out of here, I had to have enough demonstrations to back my products when I go to the next level. Did I not say that? And now here we are, and you guys want to rant at me tomorrow. Where's your test? They're right there. Go to the website and check them out. And even in the demo page, we got more in there. This is not even half the tests that we have on this technology. We put enough in to be to cover the page. We have way more than that. I'm not even done updating my page yet. My page is nowhere near done yet. It's the beginning stages of us dropping videos onto the page. And then you laugh and carry on. Oh, he's doing all this testing. All that. Yes, it is necessary, because now you're faced with a situation where customers are now demanding for those tests before they purchase a product, and they should. This way, the consumer doesn't have to worry about getting shipped an everyday house paint to the front door that they're going to pay all this money for and get caught up in some freaking shipping scam. And that is a shipping scam. You're telling people they can't return, it can't exchange if it lands, or if they open it. That is a scam. There's no way out of that situation. So what are you upset about? What are you angry about? You should be testing. You should be testing your products. You should be displaying it. Everything else requires testing except for screen paint. Screen paint should require testing too, just like everything else. You want to be a part of the home theater field? Guess what? Everything you have in your house, even your projectors tested, that's on the screen paint that's not tested. How does that even work? So if you're upset and bothered by this, then it shows that you need to pull whatever you had that you're selling off of eBay, off of your website, and you need to start all over again by scratch. And you're going to have to show those tests. Or if you don't, you're just a liar and a scammer. That's what you are. That's exactly what you are. And every time you get on camera, you talk about quality and all, it's just nothing more than just a lie because you can't back the product up. And the customer should ask for that. Any customer that's going out and you're going to buy a screen paint product, you request those tests. If they don't have those tests on hand, then they should get those tests. Our test page is right there. If I'm such a fake, a phony, a liar, and a scammer, you would have no problem duplicating all my tests in 1 month. You can't because your own screen paint can't even survive basic everyday lighting. So I'm such a scammer and everything's done on cameras and it's so easy for anyone to duplicate this, and how come it has not been done yet? We launched that Match or Better all last month. We're just matching better. Nothing there. Tire test page pulled up and put on a Match or Better. Nothing yet. So again, the customer needs to see this. Anytime we're dealing with customers, anytime we're dealing with business, it comes up all the time. Well, what if I just use black paint? Or what if I use this so-and-so? So this is what's going to happen. You do this, so do that, so. We have that to back our company up. This is why tests are important. I don't even know how you guys even have a specification sheet. And that's the reason why your specification sheet looks the way it is, because you have no proper testing. You sit there and say, Jamie, this is towards you. You sat there and said that your product works with projectors of 2200 lumens and up. Guess what? Network grade 773 and any other gray screen paint product can pick up at 1000 in the same environment that you're at with no problem. So basically, I can show you that a house paint will pick up the same thing your projector would do. As a matter of fact, you showed it off already when we saw the demonstration on network gray versus your product. Any person, and not just to say we're labeling just you only, we're labeling everybody. Anybody who's making a screen paint product, if you can't show the customer the difference between a household paint that they can pick up from Home Depot or Lowe's, then you need to pull your product. And customers, this is what you should be requesting from the door. From me, from them, from anybody, you should be requesting that. The reason why they're angry and upset with us because our tests are done. No one told you to launch a product and take money from your customers without properly testing it. This is why you ended up in that situation to begin with. Because if you had properly tested your product, you would have known that it would have matched the network grade 773. But you didn't test it. And therefore, this is a situation that a fellow by the name of Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, this is a perfect example to anyone who's going to be testing screen paint products on household products. A perfect example to test your products. Do not rush them. Do them by the book. And you won't end up in this situation where this fellow ended up in. He was selling this product out, trying to convince people that the Cinemax was this advanced screen paint that he was making. It can produce these contrast levels and beautiful colors and all this crazy stuff he was hyping the product up to be, just to turn around and have it match a $23 or, in your neck of the woods, it could be $30, but either way, it's under $95 for a gallon of paint that you can pull off a shelf. Mind you, there's nothing in it. There's no black, there's no glitter, there's nothing. It's just shelf paint. That's all it is. This right here, the small sample you're seeing is network grade 773, and the larger screen you're seeing is what he charges $95 for. This is why customers need to ask for these tests, for this example right there. Because you need to know at the end of the day, the money that you're spending on for your home theater setup is what it's designed to do. Now, if this upsets any sellers out there, if this makes you angry and upset, then guess what the problem is? The problem is not everybody else. The problem is you. That's where the problem's coming from. And you need to, before you start talking about how your product does this, that, and the other, you need to go in and do that test. Customers request it. If they can't do it, then you don't buy. That's what you don't do. You don't buy. And more importantly, if they're trying to do these tests long after they sold the product, that's a major red flag. There's a problem there. Because these products need to be tested before they're shipped out. Now, again, to you sellers, and I can't say this enough, if you have a product that matches house paint, you need to pull it off your shelves. You need to pull it off your eBay account. You need to remove it off your website. It needs to be gone. Because the customer's going to come along and ask that question. And we're going to push customers to ask these questions, and they should. The customer that they want at the end of the day as a customer doesn't know too much at all. Not what they don't want to educate them. They don't want to give them any much information because they want to be to tell them what they want to tell them at the end of the day. That's what they want. They don't want customers coming there asking these questions about, hey, can you show me the difference between that and house paint? Can you show me why I should spend the money for that? They don't want to hear that. That's not the customer they want at the end of the day. They want the customer that doesn't know anything and they can manipulate and mold to make them think what they should be buying. That's what they want. So you as the customer, as a consumer, need to ask these questions. You need to ask them for us. You need to ask them for anybody who's selling a screen paint product. It'd be different if I came on here and you say, oh, just them only. No, us too. We know the limitations of our products. We know what they can do and what they can't do because of the testing. If someone asks me, hey, can you do your product in direct sunlight? No, we cannot. We have a technology for that, but it's not available. We can show you demonstrations on that technology, but it's not available. We have limitations on our products. And we know the reason why we know about these limitations because we had to do testing to know when the screen was going to react. Our screens react at a certain time of hours. They will not react at 12 o'clock in the afternoon because, again, as I said before, we had to do testing for that. But if you're making accusations about your product doing all these things and it doesn't do that, then you cannot sell that product. I can show you countless amount of demonstrations on our test page of our product versus black paint, black fabric, black paper, or just about everything you could possibly think of. You see me on camera just throwing anything up there, just getting bored. One time I literally got so bored in a demonstration, I threw a black pair of pants and a hoodie up there because I was bored. That's literally how many test demonstrations we do on black versus black. Every last one of our screens has a black versus black test on it. They're done at 1,000 lumens. They're done on ultra short throws. They're done inside. They're done outside. They're done. So the question we have here is when a customer comes and asks me that question, we can show them the demonstration right there. The question is when they come and ask you guys, what's the difference? Can you show them a difference? And I'm not talking about a little hiccup, no walking over to the screen. You should never, ever in a demonstration walk over to a screen to show the difference. Never. You got to be realistic here. The customer is never going to be sitting that close to the screen. Never. You have to show it at the distance of where you're standing with the projector and beyond. And if you can't walk around that room and you can't see the difference between those two, if you can't stand in front of that projector at 11 to 12 feet or where that projector is fitted to be at to show off that image, there's a problem there. If I have to walk over to the screen to see the difference, then I'm not going to see that from 12 to 13 feet away from the screen, especially with motion moving and the lights out. I'm not going to see that. That's a fail. So the problem is, and why they're upset, because they got to roll up their sleeves and they got to do hard work. That's what it is. No more being in the dark. No more with high-end calibrated projectors. No more faking your demonstrations. Gentlemen, or if there's women out here doing this also too, today you're going to have to work. You're going to have to roll up your sleeves and work. Put the time in. That's what you're going to have to do. Or if not, you can't sell product. And I'm going to make sure you can't sell product. And if you don't like what I'm saying at the end of the day, it should be said. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to the customer. Why is the customer going to get cheated? Because you guys don't want to work hard enough. You're lazy. That's the problem. Get your work done. I ain't got time to be speaking on this. I got 2 websites to work on, and I got products to test in 2023. I got to go beyond the products for testing we're doing now. We got to go way outside the box because that stuff is a little bit more advanced than what we have now. So I got testing to do. I'm afraid to do testing. It comes down to the customer. They don't come down whether you hate me or not. I don't care. It doesn't come down whether you call me this, that, and the other. I don't care. It comes down to the customer. The customer should get what they paid for. If you can't back it up, if you can't provide the customer what they should be getting, if you can't back up what you're saying on camera, then get off it. Not saying get off of YouTube, but stop selling screen paint altogether or back it up. On the options you have left. That's it. Back it up or pack it up. Oh, I like that. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. Back it up or pack it up. I like that. I like that. That's what we're going to start saying from now on. Back it up or pack it up. Back it up or pack it up. Yeah, gentlemen, or whoever's selling it at the end of the day, whoever it may be. Get the work done. Sell your customers a good product. Stop cutting corners. Back it up or pack it up. Gotta go, people.